Hi everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to be going through storefront. Okay, this isn't storefront stalking. Brilliant. I'm going to be going through Amazon bestsellers, right? And just debunking what Amazon bestseller sourcing looks like and the and the negatives associated with it, because I speak to a lot of people and they source like this when it comes to wholesale. Um, and I just want to give everyone watching this video a little rundown on like where it works and where it doesn't work. Okay, now you'll realize how most people do it, it doesn't work. Now, with that being said, let me show you how most people do it, and let me show you how to actually like where your success is going to come with this. Okay, let's get into actually doing it now. For example, what they would do is they will click into a random category. Let's say if I take health and personal care, and then they'll just keep going into a certain niche, let's say hair care. Let's say we take hair oils, and then they'll basically go through and click into listings here, which they've basically never seen before. Obviously, a lot of this stuff looks private label. What's that? That looks quite wholesale. Click into there. Okay, no, that's just a poor listing for a brand. Um, and by the brand selling on it themselves, they've always sold on it in the past. Could this be an opportunity for exclusivity? No, they've got way too many listings there, but you could go in and just say, okay, this listing is shocking, right? However, see how they prep. Okay, well, clearly this product's got demand there, but that's a brand exclusivity listing. That wouldn't be wholesale. I wouldn't contact them on a wholesale level. But yeah, so this is essentially what going through bestseller sourcing is, right? Now, all those listings do not look wholesale. Let's say I do scalp treatments. Let's go through. Again, that's a wholesale listing, but that you ain't gonna be able to get through to them. So what I'm looking for here is a smaller to medium-sized brands. Cheer store. Okay. What I would do here is have a look at, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's not gonna work at all. Again, you can see how sourcing like this is just gambling, basically. Like, can we even find anything? Most of this stuff we can't sell because it's private label. Okay, yeah, a listing like this is slowly going in the bin. Look at that. That's gone from 25 quid to 20 quid. So, don't want to jump on a listing like this. You know, when I say like you can like someone like even if this is profitable right now, even if you're making 30% right now, don't jump on this listing. It's just gonna that's not a good look. Okay. Now you can clearly tell this is going to be an easy product to source. Let's say if I do this, there you go. Contact us. There you go. Fill in that account form and account open. So you can see by that. Now this is the issue right in front of your face. Because let's say we came across this listing here, right? Where you're thinking, oh my God, great, good stuff. I found this by going through Amazon bestsellers. Okay. This listing don't even sell, which is, I don't know why it's on bestsellers, right? But obviously, because obviously the certain niche we clicked into is probably, well, there is clearly is not that much velocity, but the issues with using bestsellers to source are very present here, whereby if it's a case of, look, we find this listing, let's say this was selling 1,000 times a month, how are we going to actually source it? You're going to go and contact the brand directly like this. Something you've got to understand when you're buying from the brand directly. If it's a case of, hi, thanks for apply, or thanks for this request, here's our pricing, place an order. Even if here at 25 quid you make a 300% ROI, please understand that 300% ROI is going to very quickly become break even. Because if there's no rebuttal here from the brand, if there's no fight back from the brand, if there's no barrier to entry, any Tom, Dick, and Harry who started Amazon yesterday, who don't understand how Amazon works, right? Who's just going to jump on these listings and tank these listings, is going to be able to stop this brand. And as you can see, that's what's happened here. Whereby someone's come across this brand on bestsellers, Mr. Shah AMZ Limited. Basically, they've contacted these guys. Here, Shah, here's our pricing. They bought it and tanked the listing. And this very clearly shows to you how buying or how utilizing bestsellers can go wrong, whereby it's like, yes, you can find the brand. Yes, you can buy from the brand direct. However, if everyone can do that, if the brand doesn't care about the Amazon presence, the listings will tank, right? And you're not going to make the profits that you want to be making. Now, when would I, when a listing looks like this, and let's say it had more sales velocity, when would I actually go in and buy from the brand direct? If it was a case of I came across this website, I contacted them, and they were like, no, we don't want to work with you. That's when I would go in and try and get that account. Why is that? Because I know if we can get that account, no other Amazon seller will get that account. We just got to position ourselves in the correct way. Okay. So when buying from brands directly like this, you either want to go in via the angle of exclusivity, offering value, or limiting the number of sellers on the listing to protect the longevity of your business. Right? Because right now, if you're buying from this brand directly and the brand just opens up every account they come across, that's basically on non-arbitrage. You're going to count the same issues whereby the listings will tank. However, if it's a case of, look, we found this listing, we've gone through to the brand. To prevent this happening, we need to ensure that the brand understands, or that we need to make sure that the brand has a system in place whereby they reject Amazon sellers, or they're willing to reject Amazon sellers, or they're willing to future-proof. Now that's down to you to present yourself correctly, present yourself to be valuable, to present yourself not to be the typical Amazon customer, which does this. And that's down to you. And that's down to your A, understanding of the business, B, understanding of what these brands and companies want, and C, understanding of the value that you can offer these companies as a result of being an Amazon seller, utilizing the Amazon market. Now, with that being said, you can find profits doing this method. However, if it's a case of every brand you come across, you're contacting and getting pricing and selling, it will be absolutely rubbish. Okay. However, the angle that you want to go down is instead, if you do come across brands whereby there's opportunities, those brands that don't want to work with Amazon sellers, those brands that fight back, those brands that are higher barrier to entry, those brands that actually require you to go in, offer value, negotiate, those are the brands you want to work with. The brands that are willing to either give you exclusivity or limit the number of sellers on the listings, they're the types of brands that you want to work with. Now, with that being said, yes, you can use Amazon bestsellers to do this, but there's many other ways to literally find brands whereby there's opportunities present. Right now, we're just scrolling through mostly private label brands. I can show you, and in my wholesale program, I do show you how to literally find these brands which are there with opportunities waiting for you, right? There's softwares which you can use to literally shove brands in your face whereby it's like, hang on a second, these brands are there to be worked with. These brands are there to be negotiated with. These brands are there to essentially just attack, right? That can save you from scrolling through all that rubbish on bestsellers or half of my private label. I'll literally show you how to weed out all that. And the brands that accept you straight away, you ignore. They will tank. Now, the brands that actually involve you to get on the phone, hold meetings in person, hold video calls, develop relationships with, the brands that you actually have to offer value to and get your foot in the door with, they're the brands you want to double down. Because with those brands, you are not going to see this tanking. And instead, what are you going to see? You're going to see the stability. Okay, because these brands are high by entry, these brands everyone won't get access to, these brands that Amazon sellers won't get access to, and it's these brands which are going to give your business the longevity and sustainability and the consistent profits and replenishable aces that you're after. Now, if you want to see exactly how to find brands like this, companies like this, I cover it all in my wholesale program. Link in the description if you want help. Any questions? Any questions, drop them down below in the comments. If you like the video, subscribe if you're new. But like I said, if you want to see if you're a good fit for my wholesale program and literally have the ability to find listings like this right in front of your face instead of scrolling through bestsellers, right? I can literally show you how to put these brands in front of you that are there to be contacted, negotiated with, worked with. You can apply for my program in the link in the description. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.